Fred Dreyer Show is recorded before a semi-live audience. I'm your host, Michael Horn, along with a great group of guys here today. We got Jeremy Dayton, Corey Marino, and ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, once again, the one and only Fred Dreyer is here with us again this week.
Thanks very much. I really appreciate the applause.
Fred Dreyer!
I haven't received that kind of an ovation, I don't think, in maybe an hour and a half?
Something like that, I think. Everywhere you go, there's a bunch of applause. Let me ask you this, Fred. This week, when you came into the office, were you excited to see that it's decorated out here at the CRN Digital Talk Network, crntalk.com, and that there's candy available? Did you get into the candy and pick out your favorites?
You know, it's funny you say that, but yeah. I'm going off of candy for the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year?
Yeah.
JD can't handle that one. JD Jeremy Dayton.
That's impressive. That's some self-control that we all need to exercise.
You haven't seen me have any candy, have you, JD?
Yeah, probably because I ate all the Kit Kats, but...
Oh, well, there you go.
Exactly right. I don't know. Keep an eye on him, Corey Marino, our producer.
Well, the office is very inspiring, and it's wonderful, and you know, now that I think about it, I probably have some candy later.
Exactly. It's not the end of the year yet. You know, you can start the thing for the end of the year, maybe like the last 3 days of December if you want, and still say, I haven't eaten candy till the end of the year. I mean, that would be a good thing for you, just to kind of get it going. How's your week going, Fred? You've been doing a lot of stuff here recently.
Yeah, I've just been busy as heck. You know, I got the girlfriend and running around with her and helping her out.
How's that going, Fred?
It's great. You know, she's uplifting and inspiring. She's funny and she's.
You got her lifting? You got your whole workout room there? You got her in there?
Well, you know, she made me join up another gym. I have my place.
Come on.
But she made me join up another gym, and so we go there together. You know.
Why don't you come over here? I got that workout room here, and
we can
sit downstairs and have a couple of pops and tell her we're working out.
Well, that's the problem.
Does it get used? That workout room?
Of course it does.
All right, that's good.
We just have to go ahead and get lubricated up so we can go ahead and do some workouts. You guys are invited too, by the way. We're going to have a good little time. All right, we're going to take a little break, come back with more. It's the Fred Dreyer Show. You're with us here. Fred will be right back. Precious metals, gold and silver, are in early-stage bull markets. This, of course, is no surprise to former senior bank executive and #1 best-selling author John Truman Wolfe, who called these moves months ago. And no surprise either to readers of his widely heralded newsletter, strategicfinancialintelligence.com, where subscribers that have followed Wolfe's recommendations have profited handsomely. Wolf subscribers have also been enlightened with his ongoing crypto recommendations, as well as key equities, which have also soared. Calling the right investments is one skill. Knowing when to take profits and enjoy winnings is another. John Truman Wolfe does both. Take advantage of the summer discount sale, where prices have been reduced from $249 to just $99 per year. StrategicFinancialIntelligence.com. Subscribe today. Don't miss these bull markets. StrategicFinancialIntelligence.com.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Step into the world of Harmony Cheese, where Wisconsin's finest dairy traditions come to life. Our master cheesemakers have perfected the art of crafting exquisite cheeses using only the freshest, highest quality milk. Indulge in our signature Golden Age cheeses, a collection of handcrafted masterpieces that will tantalize your taste buds. Savor the tangy sweetness of cranberry and orange Hopper jelly, the rich buttery smoothness of our aged Gloucester, or the bold, complex flavor of our Merlot cheddar. Harmony cheese is more than just cheese. It's an experience. Every bite is a journey through the heart of Wisconsin, where passion and craftsmanship meet to create culinary delights. Visit our cheese shop in Athens or shop online at harmonycheese.com and discover a world of flavor that will leave you craving more. Visit our website at harmonycheese.com. Welcome back to the Fred Dreyer Show, nationwide and coast to coast on radio stations on the Sports Byline Radio Network, the CRN Digital Talk Radio Network, Sirius XM Channel 217, XM Channel 203, the Sirius XM app Channel 967, our flagship 790 KABC, Saturdays at 6 p.m. in Los Angeles. I'm Michael Horn, along with our producers Corey Marino, JD Jeremy Dayton, and the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Fred Dreyer in the house here. People going crazy again
please,
for you, Fred.
Please, don't stand up, please.
Really something else, I'm going to tell you. Fred,
Yeah.
let's take a little retrospective here at the beginnings of these baseball series. You had home field advantage. Toronto had that over Seattle. You had the Milwaukee Brewers having home field advantage over the Dodgers. After just the first two games played at the home field, the Dodgers took the first two from the Brewers, and Seattle took the first two from Toronto. All of a sudden, the home field advantage disappeared. How important is that, do you think?
I think it's very important. And who were the home the home team is
Toronto
in the
Milwaukee.
In the Milwaukee instance,
yeah. They're winningest team in baseball.
They're behind the 8 ball, and they're the home team. So, what about Toronto? And
they were the home team.
They were the home team.
And they lost their first two.
And they lost their first. Well, see, so
it's really something else.
There you go.
I got to tell you, I thought it was going to be. We'll see how the whole thing pans out. But Corey, tell us about this. Was a big series for the Dodgers. Max Muncy seemed to wake up here, and he set a Dodgers record with his 14th career postseason home run. He leads the Dodgers now in postseason home runs. Is that correct?
Yeah, he almost got it in Game 1, but that turned from a grand slam into a force-out double play, which was one of the craziest.
Yeah, what happened there?
Crazy.
You can't explain it, can you?
It bounced off a glove, off the wall into the glove. Teoscar Hernandez was running back and forth. Will Smith was trying to govern the bases for everybody, and in the end, it went from 1 out, bases loaded, to end of the inning. And no runs on the board. I thought
double play.
When that happens to the Dodgers, you just feel like, oh, that's gonna change the game, and they're done. But they ended up winning that game. But in this game, almost exact same space, right in center. The guy Frelick almost got it. It was a 412-foot drive in the 6th inning, and it gave a little bit more cushion for the Dodgers for a 3-1 at that point. And it was Muncy's 70th postseason game. With the greats like Turner for 86 postseason, Seager for 61. And he also holds the record with 60 walks as a Dodger in the postseason.
Fred, your thoughts?
About what?
Max Muncy, 14 home runs. He's now leading the career lead in Dodger home runs in postseason games.
Well, I'll tell you, his story is pretty interesting. Sitting home, in Texas, I guess that's where he's from. But he was with Oakland, and then he wasn't. Then he was kind of like playing with his feet, watching Sports Center, and they called him and said, "Hey, come on out." And they told him to lose a little bit of weight, which I guess that's probably his downfall, if there is one. I mean, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's done a pretty good job for them at third base. He played a great third base here this last week.
Yeah, he
really did.
had shared the home run mark, as Corey said, with Justin Turner, Corey Seager. I like a guy who's honest. They talk to these players afterwards, and the players say, well, I wouldn't really know that there was a home run. Not Max. Max says they asked him what it meant to him to get that 14th home run, and Max's quote was, "It means a lot to me. The Dodgers are a franchise that have been around for a very, very long time. A lot of very successful players have played in this organization, and to be able to break that record is kind of huge for me. But the biggest thing I would say is it speaks to the fact that I've had a chance to play in so many postseason games, and that's the biggest thing about being a Dodger. You know you'll have a chance in October to play meaningful baseball games. To be able to have that chance every single year I've been here, that's always been the most important thing to me. You get as many chances as you can to win that World Series. That's the reason why you play the game." So he knew about it, and he said he the first thing was he was glad it was a home run, and then he said, yeah, in the back of his mind, he wanted that 14th home run, Fred.
You bet. He deserved it. And, they've got, five more games they've got to win.
They have to win 2 more games.
2 more
out of 5.
Well,
if they get into the series, and by the way, those of you
that's including the series.
Listening to the weekend, where this game has been recorded before the weekend, so they could have already cinched the whole thing up. We hope that they do, but it's I got to tell you, it was quite the task. And he's up against some guys, though, when you look at that record there, and J.D. Corey, correct me if I'm wrong, Duke Snider's there. He has like 11 home runs in only 36 games. These guys have 14. Max has got 14 in 80-some games. So you got to give it to the Dukester. He's got a little better percentage on home runs per game, don't you think?
Yeah, Duke's good. I remember the Duke. I remember him. I remember seeing him when he came out with the Dodgers in '57. To play at the Coliseum, and how he would jaunt his little trot out into right field, and I remember he hurt his arm trying to throw a baseball out of the Coliseum. Do you remember that, Mike?
What? I don't remember that. Give us the
true.
story.
Look it up. That's a good thing.
He hurt his
up.
arm trying to throw a ball out of Dodger Stadium?
Out of Dodger Stadium. No,
why did he
out of the Coliseum. This
out
is
of the Coliseum, okay. Yeah, you're right. He played at the Coliseum. Why was he trying to throw a ball out of the Coliseum? To see if he could do it?
Because he knew he could do it, and he was
unbelievable.
He was going to show everybody else he could do it. And,
Don't let Blake Snell do that.
He did it, and he also blew out his arm.
So the story goes, it was a stunt as a $400 bet between Snider and Don Zimmer.
Yeah, Zimmer had arms.
Good old Zim.
And so they had to throw it 425 feet from home plate.
Oh, my.
Snider collected $200 from Zimmer after successfully throwing the ball out of this Coliseum and into Exposition Park.
That's a lot of money, $200 in 57.
It shows you the disparity of money made, and it shows you the disparity of attitude on the clubs that the management let him go ahead and do that, for gosh sakes. He threw out his arm.
He threw out his arm, and then Snider did not get it, so he got an extra $200, and then he hurt his arm during the attempt, and he wasn't able to play.
So good.
And then he came back after only a couple days and threw a runner out at third despite being injured still. And then,
Fred, you were a pitcher in high school, and we're going to be baseball guy, and blew your arm out, right?
I didn't throw it out of the Coliseum, I'll tell you.
No, you didn't. Just throwing that blazing fastball, and became a great football legend with the New York Giants and briefly on the New England Patriots, and of course with the Los Angeles Rams. You didn't get any crazy bets that you could go up to Ferragamo and say, look, Vinny, let me have that football. I can throw it farther than you can. Did you do anything like crazy like that?
No, we were told not to talk to quarterbacks.
Yeah, leave the quarterback alone, huh?
Well,
yeah. Hey, Vinny, throw it to the guy with the horns on his head.
The Rams helmet.
That's what I told him in Pittsburgh when we were playing the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 14.
Vinny, he just threw an interception that killed a drive, and he come walking off the field. And I walked over and said, Vinny, throw the ball to the players with the horns on their head.
That's our Fred Dreyer, everybody. It's a guy that really builds up confidence in his fellow teammates.
Well,
Good
you know,
man.
you got to help guys out that kind of don't make that connection.
Quarterbacks and kickers.
Yeah.
So what is that? Was that a real thing, not to talk to quarterbacks back then? Not because they were prima donnas, but not to mess with their head, or what?
Well, it's all everything. You know, I mean, we don't want to overload them.
That's why we don't have Vince on the show.
Well, Vinny comes in.
There's more space there with
he
you guys.
comes in here earlier.
Yeah, bring Jackie Slater and Vincent. We'll pack them all in up there.
You can't ask Jackie a couple of questions because he got there a little bit after Vinny did. But
yeah,
but you don't want to put any pressure on these guys other than their playbook.
Jackie loves you, Fred. I'll tell you that. He's speaks very highly of you. So does Vince. So.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break here. We got to get a little business done here. When we come back, we're going to look at this Dodger game and their pitching staff, different from last year, on the Fred Dreyer Show. We'll be back.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-475-7125. 800-475-7125. That's 800-475-7125.
Savor the past and savor the glory days of Las Vegas. Enjoy 70 years of true Las Vegas history as 4 generations of family wait to greet you at the legendary Bootlegger Italian Bistro. Wine, dine, and experience Mama Maria's award-winning original recipes while surrounded by original family photos and celebrity memorabilia. Enjoy piano artistry nightly with music from the Great American Songbook in our main formal dining room. The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South. In the entertainment capital of the world, the Bootlegger Italian Bistro, open 7 days a week. 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South, in the entertainment capital of the world. It's Vegas, baby.
To break or not to break your stucco? That is the question that homeowners have to ask themselves. Do they want to do that? I think not. Hi, Aaron here from California Deluxe Windows. In more than 20 years, we learned how to make most beautiful, energy-efficient windows to make your home beautiful, comfortable, and more valuable. We do not break the stucco, and we install our windows so precise that your house can be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
866-988-5100. 866-988-5100. For the best custom windows built right here in Southern California, call Aaron at California Deluxe Windows. Get 20% off your entire project and 1-year interest-free financing in Chatsworth and Santa Clara. 866-988-5100. 866-988-5100. CSLB number 774518. Some restrictions may apply.
Welcome back to the Fred Dreyer Show, the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend, the one and only Fred Dreyer, which every week at this time. Check out his website, thefreddryershow.com, and thank you so much for joining us on the show. Fred, let's get into this Dodger phenomenon here.
All right.
Last year they won it on their bullpen. This year the starting pitching has been excellent, and I have to tell you, I think it's the only complete game the Dodgers threw all year with not Blake Snell. They took him out after 8 innings, but Yamamoto threw a complete game. We have to give an award to Dave Roberts for not screwing it up and taking him out of the game. Can you explain to our audience, especially for the young kids out there that don't know starting pitchers are supposed to go more than 4 innings per game?
Well, they're supposed to go as long as they can go, and they've been given 9 innings in which to work out their problems and keep the opposing team's offense at bay for 9 innings. You have 9 innings to do that. But sometimes they just say, we have a different game plan. We'll give you 6 innings or 5 innings. Just go 5 innings, because if you go 5 innings, you're technically in line to win the game should you be around long enough. But it's a conundrum, all right, as to how you work your pitching staff. The Dodgers have the best pitching staff. They got 4 or 5 starters that are just a lock to give you a great performance, such as Yamamoto and
Snell
and Snell,
Blake Snell,
in Milwaukee, and now they won those 2 games, and now they're coming back to L.A. and they've got a couple more pitchers here in L.A. that is going to put a thumping on these guys. Hopefully, they can win the game, and then they close out the series with these guys.
I can't stand statistics, but maybe Corey, you can explain this. This new statistic called Game Scores out, where it scores a starting pitcher's performance. You start at 50 and get points by doing good things, and get deducted points by doing bad things. It was developed by a guy named Bill James. You got the outline for us, Corey?
Yeah, so it starts at 50, and you add 1 point for each out recorded, so you can get 3 points per inning if you pitch all 3 outs, and then you get 2 points for each inning completed after the 4th. So the longer you go, the better score you get, and then you get 1 point for each strikeout. And then for all the good offensive points against you, you have subtracting 2 points every hit allowed, 4 points for every run allowed, 2 points for unearned runs, and 1 point for walks. And in Game 1, Blake Snell had a score of 90, which is the highest by a Dodger in postseason history. And then to add to that stat, Yamamoto had an 85, which was the 8th highest in Dodger history.
Well, they're wailing away, and what's amazing is Dave's philosophy of a pitcher starting or relieving can only go a certain length of time, and then they're replaced with someone out of the bullpen,
pitch count,
or a starter who they bring in. So the pitch count is 88 and a half. It's
unbelievable.
Some stupid ratiocination that they don't have really a book on to help people understand the thinking behind the manager, and it's unfortunate because I think that once you have a pitcher or 2 or 4 like the Dodgers have, once you have a group of pitchers, a staff that is that intimidating, that it comes out and will throw 9 innings and allow maybe a run, if that, or a whatchamacallit, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, the whole thing is
Go ahead. Yeah. The real conundrum is explaining it to the masses as to why he would pull somebody out who's throwing so well, and like a no-hitter. He's done that before.
He's done that many times, Dave Roberts.
He's done that before. And I made a joke. I was watching it with some people, and I said, "Where's the designated player that will charge the mound when Dave goes out to talk to the pitcher.
To tackle him so he can't take the ball.
to bring him to the ground, wrestle him to the ground, and tell him, leave the pitchers alone. Just get back in the dugout, eat some sunflower seeds, and you'll be all right.
The whole thing is, if Blake Snell could have easily had a complete game and not given us heart failure with the Dodgers going to their bullpen, and Dave took him out after the 8th inning. And I don't know, and then last game with Yamamoto, I think the announcer, at risk of losing his job, said, "Oh, he's in good shape. He's only throwing 100 pitches. Let's, go to 180 if you want. This is a playoff game. There's no tomorrow from these games. So you bring a guy in from the bullpen, and they got that stupid rule where the reliever, when he's brought in, has to throw to at least 3 batters to speed up the game.
That's the problem.
If the guy stinks, Fred, you're stuck with him. Am I right, JD? You're stuck with him for 3 batters, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that is an interesting rule. It does put a whole nother dynamic into the coach's decision-making. What I did find interesting in that game, too, when Yamamoto went the whole 9 innings, is that Milwaukee's pitcher, I'm blanking on his name, Alvarado or something.
Freddie Peralta or the
Peralta. Yeah, I believe it was Peralta. Like, they said, oh, he's like, he really had to like work his manager just to come back in for the 6. Like, they were going to pull him after 5. And I looked at his rundown, and he only went 5, max 6, like every game this season. And they were acting like it was a big deal that he came out. He's going to give his team 1 more to go into the 6th. Then he gave up the home run to Muncy in the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. But
they had him on a short leash.
Or top.
They
That was like his MO all season. So they were just sticking to it. But they were.
Boy. Yeah.
The measuring stick is slow.
Fred, you mentioned something to me before when we were talking here before the show today, that what's wrong with the bullpen people when they watch a guy warming up? If the guy isn't sharp and crisp and can have control of the ball, wouldn't you tell your manager, like, hey, I think Dreyer isn't really ready to go yet. He can't seem to hit the plate here, so maybe we should go with somewhere else or leave the guy in. I don't know if that's said, is it?
Well, I don't think it is. It can't be, because there hasn't been one pitcher that they've told, hey, sit down, you don't look very good. Just sit down. I got to get the doc on the phone and have him, get somebody else up, but yeah, it's clear if the guy's ready to go or not. If he's got his stuff working, or he's having a tough time finding his pants.
Yeah. Well, I think they found
honestly,
pants.
So they're making this common sense choices. It's like it's not that difficult to say, bring in the Slim. Well, Slim doesn't look right. Sit him down and bring in Tubby. Okay, Tubby, come here. I want to talk to you about it. I want you to burn these fastballs down and away and up and in on the following 3 hitters. Now go. And have him go out there and do what his manager wants, without holding over a death knell that he's not going to be around long enough to do anything.
And the amount of money these players are making it's a big factor in the regular season, but in the playoffs, it obviously should not matter whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Slim and Tubby, by the way, after they retired, have been doing a sports show, I think, in Iowa, in Des Moines. The Slim and Tubby show. You might want to tune that one in. I think they're out there.
Slim and Tubby.
Let me ask you a question, because, Fred, you were on the road a lot when you'd go in and play your games. And Teoscar Hernandez, and I'm telling you, this is the month of Halloween. I've heard about this hotel, the Pfister Hotel, Pfister, in Milwaukee, is known to have had some strange hauntings to it. And we'll get to JD. I don't know how he believes in hauntings. But apparently, Teoscar's wife is a little nervous about it. So he was not staying with the Dodgers at the hotel, at the Pfister. He went to a different hotel, as did Mookie Betts, because Mookie Betts said he couldn't sleep. He kept waking up hearing noises saying, is that something?
But
did you ever get into a situation where you had a hotel that was haunted?
We don't follow the hotel protocol with hauntings such as they claim, and there's a lot of guys that say they saw a guy pushing a refrigerator down the hall.
Yeah.
You know, I have no idea.
That was a real guy, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell they do that.
Taking beer
But
into somebody's room.
everybody
Loaded up with beer.
They loaded it up with beer and went down to the basement and got hammered.
There's a woman in a wedding dress that apparently is weeping in the hallway. JD, your thoughts on this? You know, you've got a firmly wonderful religious foundation there. You think any of this stuff is real?
Well. Yeah, there is a spiritual realm, and it can make itself known to people who are open to it. And people, when they're bringing in booze and getting all drunk, they're definitely opening themselves up to that realm. But hey, Hernandez said he was just listening to his wife. He doesn't believe in that stuff, but he's going to honor his wife, and she didn't want to stay there, so he's honoring his marriage.
Did the team stay in that hotel?
Yeah,
they stayed at the Vitzer. Everybody stays there.
If in fact they're staying in the hotel, they must discount and disregard all the stories over the years. I mean, this, you know, people have been complaining about that hotel forever.
The ghost of Don Drysdale, I think, took over on the pitching staff. We'll be back. The Fred Dreyer Show.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 800-785-9618. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-785-9618 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 800-785-9618 right now to schedule your tax-deductible vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-785-9618 now.
The Kahanapali Beach Resort on Maui is open, and we are welcoming guests. All properties are taking reservations now. Come visit. Go to kahanapaliresort.com. Experience Kahanapali Beach Resort on the tropical west side of Maui, just a short drive from the airport. All highways are open, a collection of relaxing resort properties, our award-winning beach, delectable dining, world-class restaurants, and activities for everyone. Snorkeling, surfing, sailboating, water sports of all kinds, beach and ocean dining, stargazing, beautiful sunsets every night, golf, sun, fun, food, wine, and all in paradise. Visit Kahanapali Beach Resort on Maui. Relax. Reservations are now available. Start with a visit to kahanapaliresort.com. That's Kahanapali resort.com. The Kahanapali Beach Resort is waiting for you. You experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422. We're back, the Fred Dreyer Show. Want to remind you, we do this show before a semi-live audience. You can watch us on YouTube. We'll post the show at YouTube so you can watch that there. Facebook Live is always live while we're going on here. And Corey Marino, you got any comments here into the Fred Dreyer Show for Fred?
Yeah, we have hellos from Rachel Joan, G. Shelley, and Rachel Legowski. They all say hello to all of us.
Thank you. Good day to you.
listening from Birmingham, and then we have Nikki saying hello and happy Wednesday from Jenny Wilcox. And Martine Bailey says, go Dodgers, sorry Tigers.
Yeah, that's right. And Jenny, I'll be getting in the studio soon. She was said quite concerned about me just being in my James Bond uniform, so we'll see. Our crew is back here. Corey Marino, J.D. Jeremy Dayton, our producers. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, Fred Dreyer. Fred, let's comment on this, kind of go around the table here a little bit. Mike Tomlin, the great coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers, commenting on the Browns trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals. Joe Burrow went down. These teams are in the same division, and Mike Tomlin called the Browns' decision to trade Flacco to division rival Cincinnati shocking and nonsensical. What do you think, Fred?
This last go-around?
Yeah.
Well, he must know something that no one else knows. Maybe he has strong opinions about that, but I wouldn't know what they would be.
Yeah. Joe has had some great moments in Pittsburgh.
He has, hasn't he, JD? I knew you'd say that, right?
Oh yeah, I remember he hit Torrey Smith back in like 2012.
But
for
what did
a
he do with a football? I know he hit the guy.
But Torrey dropped it, and everybody's like, "Oh, he dropped it."
Okay.
But then he came back and hit him again with a perfect post on the opposite side of the field, and he caught it, and we won in Pittsburgh. And then I can't remember. I think it was the year before we won the Super Bowl when Lee Evans dropped the ball in New England, and then Billy Cundiff muffed the kick, and we ended up losing in the AFC Championship. But then we won it the next year. We
being, of course, Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, back in fonder memories of football life. Yeah.
Well, speaking of quarterbacks, Mike.
Yes.
Shedeur Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with this guy?
Where's he playing, Corey?
He's in Cleveland.
He is in Cleveland. Why don't they play him?
He's back up to Dylan Gabriel.
Wouldn't you put him in, Corey?
No, I don't think he's that good. And he had a little attitude. The funny thing is, during Vince and Jackie's show, they were arguing that the Ravens put in Cooper Rush over Huntley, and there was a story that Shedeur turned down the Ravens because he didn't want to back up Lamar.
Right.
But if he actually turned down if he actually went to the Ravens, he would have been backing up Lamar for the last 3 games.
Yeah.
And he would have got to show something on an offense that's actually somewhat competent and has some weapons, but
I don't know if that would have worked though either because he's not mobile.
No, I don't think so either. I don't know why they went
Sanders
to
is not mobile.
No.
Yeah, he's not athletic.
He's like the least athletic.
Doesn't have his dad's.
You got to give him a chance to play. Look at Baker Mayfield. He played for the Rams a little bit. It was journeyman going around. He wasn't quite seemed to be.
He was a number one pick.
With it. Well, he was a number 1 pick, but he wasn't quite ready. Then he plays and he gets a little education from coaches and learns some things. And now Tampa Bay has become a little unstoppable with Baker Mayfield. He's looking pretty good, Fred. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, listen, that position is predicated on it's just empirically true. You either can throw an out pass, you can either run the offense, you can either be a leader, or you can't. And it's not like an opinion. Someone says, oh, gee, his decision-making is improving. Well, what the hell are you waiting for?
Well, the Browns have 8 different quarterbacks: Deshaun Watson, James Winston, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco now, Shedeur Sanders, Bailey Zappi, the DTR, Kenny Pickett. Listen, why don't they just put all the quarterbacks out there and toss the ball back?
That's over the last couple of years, yeah.
No, those are
they
all
traded Winston.
Yeah, this is just who they're paying this year.
Oh, that's on their own payroll this year?
Yeah, because
wow.
They traded Pickett this year. They traded DTR this year. They traded Jameis.
They couldn't trade Jameis without keeping some of his contract? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
They did it.
You mean to tell me they're still on the hook for Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's an albatross. That's the worst contract of all time.
You know when they did that.
That's one of your favorites, Fred.
I couldn't. I demanded to have an accounting.
I know you did.
How in the hell this front office could be in an employ of these owners who are that stupid.
Well, in conjunction with that move, they had let Baker go.
Right.
And that's what allowed them to trade for. So they let an MVP caliber at this time, Baker Mayfield, they let him go, and he went to the Panthers, and then they paid $35 million a year for Deshaun.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It's crazy. But as far as the Shedeur point, though, I mean, we're buying the hype if we say he should just be given the opportunity to play because his coaches, they got to know better unless people buy into this fact that there's a conspiracy to keep him from playing.
Which there's not.
Right.
No,
so it's like, obviously he's not showing enough to get put in there, or I think by all means they would because there's been so many slurs, thrown towards them for not giving him that shot. So nobody else drafted him.
I think that falls into the category of stupidity. Is that, hey, look, tell us you spent a fifth-round draft choice on this guy. You were really climbing all over him. When you drafted him fifth,
is it third or fifth?
Yeah, I think it was fifth, and now he's
it was fifth.
And now he's sitting around doing nothing while you have quarterback problems. Put the guy in and get people off your back.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's go around and see where we are in the league right now. Start with you, JD Jeremy Dayton. I know you're a big Ravens fan. Can they come back from this 1-5 start? Is the coach's job on the line, Harbaugh?
I mean, everybody's saying it is. I think Steve Bisciotti doesn't overreact. I think he'll let this season play out, and I think their defense is already taking a step in the right direction. We get Lamar back. We get a win or two under our belt, and who knows what can happen. We can go on streaks and turn this thing around. Obviously our schedule softens up. Nothing was ever going to mean anything until the postseason anyway, so it's just a matter of somehow sneaking in. And with our division, with the whatchamacallit, the Icy Hot Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco that we skipped over, which I'll be watching, we just got to catch up to Pittsburgh, which I think is doable.
Okay. Fred, what do you think? You think the Ravens can come back?
They need a quarterback, and there's also a unfortunate situation where they have a lot of injuries.
I mean, against the Rams, I didn't even get to watch the game. But if I had, I'm glad I didn't, because how do you get first and goal at the 3? You get down inside the 1 on second down. You do back-to-back tush pushes and don't get in. And everybody's blaming the coaches. Why didn't you give it to Derrick Henry? But I'm like, if we can't do a tush push, it gives me more respect for what the Eagles are able to do. We did back-to-back tush pushes and got stuffed. Then we give it to Derrick Henry on fourth down and get stuffed. If we go in there and go up 10-3, we may be able to sneak out a win before our bye week, but our offense is just showing nothing. It's like you take Lamar off the field, it's like taking the queen off the chessboard.
Fred Dreyer, who do you like so far? What team has caught your eye?
Well, I'm surprised that Kansas City rebounded.
Yeah.
And San Francisco's a disappointment. The Rams are okay. They need to stay healthy. And what's the quarterback's name for the Rams?
Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford?
Yeah.
Well, they got him well.
Yeah.
And he's doing all right, and he's one of the better teams in the league still. So let's see what happens.
Although Puka getting hurt, it's not good.
Puka Nacua is out.
Oh yeah, he got hurt. Well, hell, we got to find somebody.
They got other receivers there. I think they'll be okay. Corey, who do you like?
Baker and the Bucks have been exciting to watch. He was doing it with fourth stringers out there. He was doing it with 2 rookies last week. And then the Colts, very surprising with Daniel Jones, and they're leading I think the AFC at the moment at 5-1.
They'd be the number 1 seed right now. It's crazy.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
So they're the number 1 seed. And
they should be 6-0 really. If Adonai Mitchell doesn't celebrate prematurely.
No, they shouldn't be. They should be 4-2 because that stupid call against the Broncos for leverage.
That was payback from the year before.
I don't care.
But
Broncos
true, touche.
I know you like the Broncos. They got pretty good defense.
Their defense is phenomenal. Nine sacks in London against the Jets, and they -10 net yards passing for Fields.
Hey, that's a hot offense.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Fred. You played many seasons on the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams always seem to have a pretty good defense, and I think if you got a good defense, the offense will come around, hopefully. Your thoughts on that?
Well, of course, you have to have a defense. Chuck Knox's philosophy was defense wins championships, and we agreed with that, but not to the extent where you kind of just hand the ball off between the guards, every time you get possession. So it's a slippery slope. It was unfortunate, but we just didn't have the offensive mindset. And when I was there, and it's unfortunate, but that was the era, and that's what we got.
You used to hang out with Pete Carroll when he was at USC, Fred, and when you'd be there and the Rams go in and talk to him and hang out there. He's having a hard time getting the Raiders going there and untracking them. They got a win last week. You think he'll get them going here, get everybody to see his philosophy?
Yeah, Pete's a good coach, and he'll loosen up, make some trades. He's got a good influence with the front office of the Raiders, and he'll be all right. He'll get him going. He's got another 10 games to go yet.
That Broncos Jets game, Corey, was who wants to win it 13-11 last week. That was something else.
Yeah, the offense looks bad. Bo Nix couldn't move the ball and against a Jets team that's not good. And we did talk about it last week about how it was going to be somewhat of a trap game, going to be beating the undefeated Eagles and then traveling to London to play a defeated, no-win Jets team. And the trap almost was set, but luckily the defense held out and got 9 sacks and just was pestering.
They have 9
sacks. 9 sacks.
Yeah, real quick here. There's an investigation going now with this concussion evaluation at the Giants game. What happened there, Corey?
Oh, yeah, so Jackson Dart was taken into the blue tent, and
once they go in, right?
Once they go in, there was the neurologist went in, and then crazily, Dable, the head coach of the Giants, ran in there as well, along with the running back Scadaboo, and so they had like a circus in that tent, and it's illegal. They'll probably get fined. Not illegal; it's against the rules, but they'll probably get fined. And I don't know if Dable was yelling at the neurologist to get him out there because they saw one bad pass from Russell Wilson.
He demanded an update on his player.
How did I hate Pittsburgh, but how did they win last year with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields?
I don't know.
Fred, in 30 seconds here, you had a lot of concussion therapy. There was no tent when you were playing. Nobody was taking you into a tent, were they?
No, they had smelling salts. That's all we got.
That's it.
A multi-billion-dollar organization. They said, "How you feeling today?" "I feel all right. Get away from me." Then they come back about 5 minutes later. "How you feeling now?" That was the protocol.
That was the protocol.
That's how they took care of us fine athletes.
That's it. It's good. Take a break. Come back with the final segment here. It's the Fred Dreyer Show.
Attention, those of you looking to go on a fun vacation and see the world on the cheap. Today, the U.S. dollar is worth even more in other countries, so there's never been a better time to travel outside the USA. The dollar is worth over $1.30 in Canadian dollars, and it's the same for Australia. You can fly there today and have fun and maximize your travel dollar. Your U.S. dollar is worth over $3 in Brazilian reals, and it's worth over $18 in Mexican pesos. Plus, in Argentina, it's worth over $27 in Argentine pesos. Just think of the bargains you'll get. And the way you get the cheapest airfare to any destination is by calling Tickets That Cheap. Save up to 75% on your foreign vacation tickets. Don't wait. Call now. 802-317-1979. 802-317-1979. 802-317-1979. That's 802-317-1979.
1 out of 2 Americans thinks their life is worthy of a book. Here's another startling stat. You may be one of the 15% of people who bothered to start your book and one of the 6% that got halfway through it, but your gem of an idea likely died. Or did it? Some published authors are making significant money, so join the ranks of the successful people that finished their books with help from Dorrance Publishing. Call right now and our experienced editors and writers will explain to you what it's going to take to get your book completely written, published, and then taken to market to sell it. It's a free consultation, so call right now. Find out how much time and money it takes to finally get that book idea of yours published. Make your dreams happen. Call Dorrance Publishing right now.
800-786-1468. 800-786-1468. 800-786-1468. That's 800-786-1468.
This is baseball's Ron Say. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers, but the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you will have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to the short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Get your set of Michelin Defender 2 tires at Hank's Tires, 19951 Ventura Boulevard in Woodland Hills. Call my buddy Steve Goldberg at 818-340-4200. That's 818-340-4200. Hank's Tires is also built to last. Hank opened Hank's Tires in 1953, and we are the oldest tire and auto repair shop in the San Fernando Valley with 100% customer satisfaction. Hank's is AAA approved for all of your auto repair needs. Call Hank's Tires at 818-340-4200 and tell them Ron Say sent you.
And we're back. Final segment here on the one and only Fred Dreyer Show. Star of our show is Fred Dreyer. Fred, let me ask you.
Yeah.
After your playing days were done on the field, you, of course, were in the broadcast booth and then had a great career on TV, on the show Hunter and on other great shows as well. There's a new TV show on the CW Monday nights called TV We Love. They were looking at I Love Lucy. I'm sure they'll get to the series Hunter. In the series Hunter, didn't you lead all TV shows in the amount of knockdowns, and especially people thrown off roofs? That was a category, I think, that you led the league as Sergeant Rick Hunter, didn't you?
Well, it was my hope that we could add excitement to our show. It's an hour show.
Yeah.
And I recommended to the network and to Steve Cannell, the owner of the show, the writer of the show, that it would be a great idea if we just started to pick up the action, such as this week in the script it says I get in a fight and I punch a guy out on the roof of a Hollywood hotel, and then I cuff him, and then then we go through the whole process of explaining why we didn't shoot him, So I said, I get an idea. Let's just, in the script, throw him off the roof.
A genius.
And
genius.
And believe me, the fans will love it, and it'll answer a lot of questions.
You struck another nerve here, Fred, I'm telling you.
Yes, thank you.
That's it. Fans going crazy, standing ovation for you. That was kind of your trademark, wasn't it? You threw more people off the roofs than any other show, and that's
toward the
amazing.
end. I just said, I want to go to lunch. Let me throw him off the roof.
It's good. Hunter is on everywhere. It's on the Roku app. It's on it's on Peacock. Just check it out. It's available there everywhere. We got to get some of the stars that are around still on the show back. Stephanie's got to come on the air soon, and you're going to have later on this year, I think. Is there one more autograph signing coming up in Southern California?
There might be in Burbank. Yeah,
in Burbank. All right. All right, that's our show. Don't forget to email Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com, FredDryer at CRN, as in Championship Radio Network.com. Some final thoughts from you, Fred Dreyer.
It's always a pleasure to be with my fans. God bless, and we'll see you next time.
For Corey Marino, J.D. Jeremy, Dayton, Fred Dreyer, I'm Michael Horn. We'll see you next week.